What's up, guys? This is episode 3 of Training with Brooke. The intro here, I kind of have what one day looks like. So pretty much our day 1 and day 3 looks really similar, and then our day 2 is like a deadlift emphasis with some more posterior chain, some vertical work in there, also with a MetCon. So yeah, she only trains 3 days a week. I know a lot of you guys said like she should compete in a powerlifting meet and all that stuff, but that's just not her goals. So we keep it pretty simple with a lot of the barbell lifts, and then we'll throw in some metcons and ab work and stuff like that. But she does a little bit of cardio on her own time too. She's actually an avid runner, so she doesn't need to do a lot of metabolic kind of work. We kind of stick to heavy back squats, heavy bench pressing, deadlifting, and then some hip thrusting as well too. She hasn't been able to hip thrust the past few weeks, but she probably should build that lift up too pretty quickly once she gets in the hang of things. Yeah, so really those 4 big lifts, and that's a pretty big theme with most of my female clients. If we can focus on maybe not a barbell, back squat, bench press, and deadlift, but at least some variation of those 3 lifts. If I can get those figured out, and then of course every female loves the hip thrust once they do it for a while. If we can get those 4 lifts down, that's kind of like what I really like to see. Everything else is kind of gravy. Some of my female clients want to be able to do like a few chin-ups, so we'll work some stuff like that, some vertical rowing and pressing, and then just some basic ab work. But I also try to educate my female clients that doing like a 30-minute ab class isn't really going to do anything, and they probably would be better off just kind of lifting heavy and then doing a little bit of ab work, which I have some examples of some stuff that we do at the end of this video. So just kind of talking about Brooke's progress on this week. Really, her squat was pretty good. I didn't even get the deadlift form. I think we only got like 1 set, and it wasn't really worth shooting just because she had like some form issues this week, and she was kind of feeling her lower back. So we really didn't push it too heavy. We kind of just worked on form. Hopefully this next week we'll be able to hit a PR though. That's a really strong lift for her. And this was, I believe that was a 150. Maybe a 145, 150. I don't have her notebook in front of me for 5. I know she hit a 5-pound PR on both of her days this week. So yeah, that was day 1 that you just saw there. Again, I didn't get any bench press footage. It's just kind of hard to get when the gym's busy and whatnot. And then this had been Thursday, so her last day. And this was a really good day. That was her first set there. I believe it was 140. Again, we just kind of squat in the 4 to 6 rep range for the moment, twice a week until she kind of stalls out. And this was, I believe this is 155. And I was assuming this was going to be a little... Okay, so this 155 looked a little bit heavier than we both anticipated. I believe she hit 4 or 5 here, and it just looked a little grindy, and I wasn't really comfortable with her going up in weight, so I wanted her to stay at 155, but she was pretty adamant about trying to shoot for a PR on this day. So that's good that she's kind of getting that attitude. And so our goal for this was just to hit 165 for a double. Her first rep was a little shallow, definitely going to admit that, but I know she has it in her to hit this for depth because her second rep was definitely really good depth after I yelled at her. It actually looked a little bit easier than the first rep. So one thing that Brooke has to work on, a lot of beginners kind of have to work on as far as weight training, is trusting themselves, trusting they can hit the rep, and not kind of like sell themselves short a little bit with the depth, just because they're not really confident and they're going to be able to get out of the hole. But I think she'll be able to work on that. And honestly, I think a 200-pound single, like a 1 rep max, is definitely realistic goal for her by like mid-December. So this is kind of showing you guys some of the ab work we've done. This was her first time doing Turkish get-ups. I think this was Thursday as well. One of the things you'll see here is it looks a little bit too easy for her because she's kind of straightening both of her legs out. She's not really digging her heel in with that bent knee, with that bent leg, and then keeping the other leg straight. So on those first 2 or 3 reps, if you kind of rewind that, you can see that. And then here you see I'm actually like shoving her foot down and telling her to plant through her heel. And she told me this was significantly harder. She said something like, "Holy crap!" I don't know what she said. But yeah, I really like those. We used to do like 2 or 3 sets of 10, and not a lot of time, a little bit quicker. And then alternate arms. I like that because it's both a trunk flexion and an anti-extension exercise. And we kind of finished it off with some kettlebell toe touches here. So again, this is just more trunk flexion to finish it off, kind of get some more metabolic stress. Again, most of the ab work we do those through our compound stuff. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Thanks for all the kind comments you guys left Brooke last week. I know she really appreciated that. I'll make a better effort to get some more footage this week. Sometimes it's just kind of packed in the gym. But yeah, guys, we'll have more footage next week. Hopefully get some deadlifts and maybe some hip thrusts as well. And until then, guys, take care.